YouTube world. Good evening. Ed Kirkpatrick. Thanks for stopping by. You know, sometimes real life can imitate the movies. I don't know if that's where I'm going with this one or not, but this is a true story. Well, all my stories are true. Man, this one's unreal. I'm telling you. Hang on to your seats, boys and girls. I think it was late 1975. I was summertime. Forgot what age it was. 1920, somewhere in that neighborhood. I have to do the math. 22 maybe. Yeah. I worked at the Woolen Mill painting fence, and I worked at my daddy's bakery. 2 o'clock in the morning to 5. Go home and get breakfast and go to the Woolen Mill and paint the fence. But anyhow, make me a little money. I got me a car and driver magazine or a Motor Trend. I forgot which one it was, off the shelf at the store. And I seen this Trans Am that Pontiac was coming out with. And it had T-tops in it. First time they ever tried T-tops. And they was going to make a limited amount of them. And I think it was, because it was going to be the 76th when they came out. It was $7,600, I remember right. Anyway, it's black and gold. But before you go too far there, this is 76 now. Trans Am still had the round headlight in the front. And they was experimenting with this black and gold car with these honeycomb rubber wheels on it. And they made 4 of them with 455 Super Duties with Hurst 4-speeds on the floor and I don't know, I think it was a 410 rear end in that booth. She smoked the tires. Anyhow, I said, I want one of these. So I told my daddy, he said, well, son, you keep on working, you can have it. He said, what about that job at the truck company? I said, I don't know, Daddy. They ain't called me back. He said, well, you need to go out there and get in their face if that's what you want to do. I said, yeah, I don't want to be painting fences and working. Bakery come out smelling like donuts every morning. Yeah, I'll go by there and see that guy. Anyway, make a long story short, I got it. Yeah, make a long story short. Yeah, no way. Anyway, I got a job at the truck line. And they put me in there doing some book work, and the guy figured out I was pretty smart. And I thank God for that. Anyhow, he said, hey man, I want to put you in the dispatch room there. So he put me in the dispatch room with this old guy named Alex Tanner. I started learning the business. And I said, Daddy, how do I get this car here? You know, it's already getting the first of the year. And he said, let's go down there and talk to Pontiac, man. That's what you want. I said, yeah. He said, you don't want to pick up? I said, no, Daddy, I want that car. It's all right. So we went down yonder to Pontiac, man, and talked to him. He said, well, I don't know if I can get one of them. This, you know, they ain't 300 made. They only go to special dealers, and we don't do enough volume. My daddy said, how much money you need to get us one? And he said, well, $7,600. That's what they said advertising. He said, well, he wanted to add an option or two. He wanted one of them with the 455 Super Duty. They said they ain't gonna make but 4 of them. He said, oh, you talking about 10 grand, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Daddy looked at me and said, you gonna pay that? I said, yes, sir. I want it. All right. He said, we'll be back with a check. In a few minutes, you can go ahead and get the paperwork wrote up. Daddy took me down to the bank down there and introduced me to this little short fella that talked high voice, bald-headed, rather stout. And he said, what can I help you out with? They said, this boy needs to get a loan, buy a car. Okay. Took it back there. Old fella, he wrote all the paperwork out, got all my information, driver's license, all that, kind of stuff. And he said, sign here. And looked at my daddy and they looked back at me and said, well, there it is. You want to go that route. And I was done back in them days. I said, yeah, Daddy. I went to sign the paper. They said, how much is that payment, boy? I said, $138. Can you make that every month? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can make that. Okay. Just asking. Anyway, ordered their car, moved myself up in the truck company, Earn real quick. Man, truckers, I love it. Logistics, moving stuff around. It can be nerve-wracking, buddy. And it's a people business, don't think it ain't. It ain't all about trucks. Anyhow, took a check back down there. They ordered the car, I think about August 76. And I got that car. Same time I got that car, my boss came to me and doubled my salary. Said, I need you to move to New Orleans, son. Okay. Back then I came for anything. Let's go. New Orleans sounds pretty fun anyway. So, went home, told my folks, I'm going to New Orleans. So here I got this brand new 1976 Trans Am 455 Super Duty. I don't think it had about 400 horses, but anyhow, he smoked them back tires, I'm telling you. And I'm going to New Orleans. So I get down there in New Orleans, and I'm assistant terminal manager, and the terminal manager there, he's teaching me the ropes and everything. He knows I don't want his job, so, and taught me the ropes. And while I was living down there, and this is 1976, folks, one of my buddies back here at home called me and said, hey, man, it's back before I was a true Christian, so you don't get mad at me. Can you bring any of that Coors beer when you come home for Christmas? I said, well, yeah. How much you want? Well, how much can you bring? And I don't know if y'all know it or not. 1976 Coors beer was only sold west of the Mississippi River. The breweries in Golden, Colorado are still there today, but they did not pasteurize their beer. It had to be shipped refrigerated. And if it's set unrefrigerated for more than about 5 days, it's starting to get suspect. It's just the way it was in those days, folks, I'll tell you. But everybody loved Coors beer because it's hard to get back here in the east, in the swamps in Georgia. Couldn't get a Coors beer. They'd see somebody in a fancy magazine holding a Coors beer, boy, they got to have one. That's what these rednecks are down here. Anyhow. So I said, well, I don't know. Yeah, I think they sell that around here. I'll go check. I went checking. There's Coors beer everywhere. All over the order. Called him back and said, yeah. How much you want? He said, well, hate to ask you this, but I got $1,000. Let me tell you something, son. $1,000 in 1976, like $5,000. I said, look, man, this is gonna be smuggling, ain't it? Ain't nobody gotta know. And I said, dang. Y'all know me. I said, well, what's in it for me? He said, well, I ain't allowed for that. I said, well, I think you need to allow for it. Well, I'll tell you what, he said, get me $4,000 worth of beer and you keep $1,000. So, all right. I said, get me the money. Back in them days, there wasn't no way to just transfer money on the internet or even with your little phone deal, you had to write out a check, put it in the mail, or you had to go to Western Union, and anybody walked through a Western Union store back in them days looking for money, they thought was, on hard times. So you just didn't see money that way. It'd be embarrassing. Anyhow, so I said, all right. So, we had this run from New Orleans, the gypsum plant there. They made sheetrock for trailers. Real thin sheetrock with a paper covering on it, like a wallpaper covering on it. Doggone, I thought I took that thing off. But anyhow, so we get a load from there. It goes to Plains, Georgia. Yes, Plains, Georgia. Jimmy Carter Country. Yep, they building mobile homes down there. I think it's putting out 30 a day, and they was moving 30 a day. Cheap mobile homes. Anyhow, so I asked one of them drivers, I said, hey, how much room you got on tail of that thing when you haul that sheetrock? Because that's some heavy stuff. I know y'all, it's got to be in the van so rain won't bother. He said, I don't know, you can put 2 more pallets on the back if you want to. Sometimes I load it, to the rear a little bit. Put the weights on them wheels as the front axles is getting heavy. Most time, they just put it right on the middle there. It's, 8 foot in front and 8 foot rear trailer. And I said, well, boy, have I got a deal for you. Anyway, I talked to him in the, so we put 4 pallets of beer on there. And we headed to Georgia. And it's 2 days before Christmas. And like, truckers do, we leave out at 10 at night, rolling. New Orleans all the way to Millersville, Georgia. Well, I had made a slight mistake about a week before. I knew the trip was coming up, so I changed the oil in the car, which is, doing the right thing. But it had this new oil out made by STP. So I said, STP, that's the engine additive. So I had the guy, bought the oil, and he changed the oil and put that in there. And he said, this new stuff here, this thing is what race cars run. I said, yeah, what race cars run. Agree with him. Anyhow, we strike out, And after you leave New Orleans, good little old drive there about, I don't know, back in them days. The speed limit was 55, and they bust your butt at 58. I'm telling you, they get about 2 miles, 3 miles. They wouldn't play them back in them days. I don't know what was wrong, but it wasn't good policing. But anyhow, that's another subject. So we, Montgomery, Alabama's about the midway point. So we talking to our CBs. I got CB in that thing, black and gold. I mean, it's sharp. Got her side pipes come off the side of it. I had them put on there. Gold anodized, to match all the gold accents on the black car. And when you got to running that thing hot, the back half of that thrust side pipe mufflers, they get to start turning blue, purple, all kind of funky colors, and they get hot. You don't want to get in and out of that thing with a pair of shorts on, I can tell you. Well, one bad move, you'll know it for a while. But anyhow, so we're getting close into Montgomery, and I'm noticing my oil pressure gauge is just dropping. I mean, it's just dropping, Man, something right here. So we went in there to Montgomery, Alabama truck stop. Of course, I got a truck, he got fueled up and do his business and get him a sack of tater chips or something. And so I pulled around there to where the shop's at, and I saw a fella walking across there. He had a clean uniform on, so I figured he didn't do no work. He was the brains of the operation. So I said, hey, buddy, can you change oil in that damn Trans Am right there? I can do anything. You better pull it around here. I'll change it right now. gonna be $15. I said, yeah, buddy, go have at it. So, they was getting in there. I said, check the tires, I give him a little list of crap to do. I knew I was gonna pay for extra, but anyway. We'll get the car checked out. Well, I said, we got a break anywhere. I gotta get something to eat, so I go on in the truck stop and go over there to the restaurant portion, and I sit down. I'm sitting there waiting on the waitress, and this guy comes up, sits down in my booth right across from me. He said, I seen you come in here with that thing, Trans Am, man. That's the hottest car on the market. I said, yeah. It ain't but 1 of 4 right there. It's got the 455 Super Duty and the 4 in the floor hearse, 411 rear end. It's cat. He said, what you got in the shop for? I said, the oil pressure's dropping. They haven't changed the oil out. Oh, man, he said, he introduced himself. Said he was from Los Angeles, California. And then the waitress showed up. Said, y'all want coffee? Yes, ma'am. That's, truck stop. First thing the waitress does is goes up and asks you want coffee. Most of the time they come running with coffee. They know you. Anyway. So she goes to get coffee and he gets to talking about it. He said, what y'all do? And I looked fella square in the eye and I said, we hauled 4 pallets of beer to Coors beer to Milledgeville, Georgia for Christmas. He said, you doing what? So yeah, that truck out there that followed me in here, he's got 4 pallets of Coors beer on it. We're going to Milledgeville, Georgia. And unload that. Then he's going down there in Plains, Georgia, where the president lives. He said, is this some kind of secret CIA thing you talking about? I said, no. That's what we do. We ain't hurting nobody. Folks in Georgia need some Coors beer, I reckon. But, what did you say your name was again? He told me. I still can't remember this day. Fella, I appreciate it. I found out later this guy was from Tennessee and moved to California. I knew he was, not exactly fully left coast. Yeah, anyhow. Or is that West Coast? Yeah, West Coast. West, yeah. Anyhow, man, I don't know, about a year later, one of my buddies come up to me and say, hey man, you seen that new movie out with Burt Reynolds? I said, no. No, man. He said, it's you. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Well, what the heck are they talking about, And somebody else asked me, hey, what the heck going on here? Now, when Burt Reynolds movie come out, he was in a 77 Pontiac. Trans Am with the black and gold. Headlights had 2 in the front. 2 on each side in them square. 77. And they didn't put no 455s in that 77. That was all 400s. Automatic turbo, that 400 turbo automatic transmission. I had 383 rear end, so. But anyhow, I just shook my head when I finally sat in and watched the movie. I said, doggone. I think it was that guy I talked to at the truck stop that night. He went back and made a movie out of this. But he got one thing wrong. Where's Sally Fields? Missed out on that. Ed Kirkpatrick. Love y'all. God bless you.